Hey everybody, welcome back and welcome if you're new. My name is Maya, and today we will be talking about something that I noticed within my school's curriculum that I think is really important.
Hot sand on toes, cold sand in sleeping bags. I come to know that memories were the best things you ever had this summer.
Okay, so I just scavenged through the hundreds of pages in my school's course guide description for the English course descriptions, and I found some interesting stuff. So as you guys might know, it's really important to me that we have more diverse books in schools. I've made a few videos about that, which I will link above. I believe that young people, specifically those still in elementary, middle, or high school, are the most important demographic to teach empathy to. And I believe that empathy is best taught when we hear and listen to the stories of people who are both like us and nothing like us, to see how we can connect on a deeper level. Although social studies does have its flaws, I think English class in particular needs to change. If you think about where you live, and you think about the ethnic makeup, the racial makeup of your city, your town, your suburb, etc., it probably does not match that of your English curriculum. For example, I live in a place where about 42.9% of the residents are white. The rest are of a minority. And that does not line up with my English class. I have a very white curriculum. To give you a little bit of an example, this year, what did I read? I read All Quiet on the Western Front. I read The Catcher in the Rye. I read The Great Gatsby. I read Tale of Two Cities. I read... What did I even read? No, I read Macbeth. I read Macbeth as well. All undeniably important works of literature. That being said, all were written by white, heteronormative, likely Christian men. If we want to challenge our students not only to grow their empathy, but also to develop their critical thinking skills and allow them to have more of a world view when doing research papers, it's important to introduce them to different stories, different authors, and characters, again, that they can and cannot relate to. We need a mixture of both. We need classics and contemporaries. We need the new and the old. We need to understand how we continue to grow and how we can make change in the world. Now, what's fun about English class is typically books are not prescribed, concepts are. And if a book can get a concept across meaningfully and impactfully, then it's on the table, in my opinion. I know that schools are restricted by not only curriculum, but by the administration, by what parents want their children to be reading, and by test scores. That being said, I think there's plenty of room for us to grow in terms of diversity in English curriculum. Okay, let's talk about the traditional trajectory, just in my high school at least, for English. You start off taking either CP, which is Common Placement, or Honors English 9, both valid choices. Then you move on often to Honors English 10, although there is also a CP English class. The next big step in English, if you really want to further your education in English and make your college resume look good, you'll take AP Language and Composition. After that, you have AP Literature and Composition. That is kind of the just basic format for what you want your resume to look like in terms of what colleges are looking for. They're looking to see if you are challenging yourself.
That question is, did you challenge yourself in high school?
And as those are the only two AP classes, Lang and Lit, for English, you want to take those. Although I'm so grateful for my education, I feel like it's very much based around what will get you ahead rather than what will help you to learn the most. So we've established the basic kind of trajectory for English class. Now I want to talk about other courses my school offers that are put on the sidelines. The first is English 12 World Literature. In this class, students read from different time periods and cultures and are taught to write insightfully. Here's the catch. This is a semester-long class. Students who are following the traditional English trajectory for the sake of their college resume.
That question is, Did you challenge yourself in high school?
Are not going to take this class, and here is why. 1, it is neither honors nor AP. It will bring down their grade point average. 2, it is 1 semester long, meaning that they'd have to either give up an elective or take another semester English class to fulfill their requirement for that year. Nobody really wants to do that. It messes up your schedule. Because this does not follow the traditional trajectory, because it is not AP or honors, students will be less likely to take this class. Moreover, in the prerequisite category, it says that for English 12 World Literature, students need to demonstrate below basic proficiency in reading. Now, I'm conflicted on this one because I think it's really great that students that are struggling in English are being exposed to world literature. That being said, by limiting the class to a specific demographic, they remove the possibility of all other students taking that class. Students are even less likely to take it now. Okay, the next class that is offered at my school that does have diversity in the English curriculum is Multicultural Literature. You can only take this if you are a senior, okay? And this is another one that is only a semester long. It's not going to be helping you rack up your credits if you're behind senior year. It is not honors, it is not AP, it will undoubtedly, even if you get a 100%, bring down your GPA. Within multicultural literature class, students will read novels, short stories, essays, poetry, and plays by noted female and multicultural authors. Some works contain mature language and or themes.
Awesome possum.
But let me ask you this. For the kids that are concerned with their credits, are they going to take that class? No, because it will be taking up time that could be getting them a full credit, or time where they could be taking online classes through, say, BYU or my district's online school program. I do think it is good that they have a separate class that is focused on mature themes, because one of the arguments that I've heard a lot against diverse books in schools is that parents complain. For this class, you know what you're signing up for exactly. It's not required. So I understand that there is a conundrum there and that they're doing probably the best they can at the moment. However, you need to actively encourage diversity in curriculum, in broad curriculum, not in just one singular specific class. There should not be one token class. In my case, I'm lucky. There are more than one classes I can take if I want to learn more about diverse authors and read about their characters' stories. But I'm not going to because I don't have room in my schedule. Does this make sense? I feel like it's a structural thing. I don't know if it's intentional, but it is problematic. This is my favorite example. So this course is called Survey of African-American Literature. Again, it is only available to 12th graders, which means you will not be taking it most likely because it is only half a credit. It is only a semester-long class. If you are a senior and you need to rack up your credits, this is not going to help you. Okay, not to bash the seniors, but senioritis is a real thing. This is their 13th year in the American education system. They are tired. They are ready to move on in life. They're looking forward to college. They're stressed about college, and they're probably not going to take an extra English class. Students examine African American literature from 1750 to the present, exploring ideas, historical and social contexts, themes, and literary characteristics of works in various genres by major writers. Also sounds
awesome possum.
I mean, that sounds great. Okay, this one is another tricky one. So this is a class that is through our local community college, which means you can receive college credit for it. I think that's awesome because that will incentivize some seniors to take it. If they are taking that English class, that one I believe is weighted, so that's awesome. If they are going to take that, they have to take another English class because it's only a semester long. All of the other semester English classes are not weighted, except for Shakespeare. Shakespeare is weighted because it is also through the community college, as is Introduction to Literature 115. So I guess there are options there, but you see my point, right? It's a college class. So there is a qualifying score that students have to receive on either the ACT, the SAT, or in a previous AP class. I get it, but also And again, I don't think this is intentional. I don't think my administrators were like, okay, let's make it very difficult for them to learn about diverse authors and hear diverse stories. No, I don't think that. This is a structural thing, and we need to dismantle it by unlearning and learning about what we should and should not be doing. If I wanted to take, okay, you know what? I'm gonna go grab my bullet journal and tell y'all my schedule for next year. Okay, here's the scoop. I am taking 8.25 credits next year out of the maximum of 8 credits. Sounds like a real fun time, huh? I do not have room in my schedule next year, nor in my senior year, to take these classes. Because they're not in the core curriculum, they're extraneous. It's a luxury to be able to take this class instead of a necessity. But what I don't think people understand is that diversity is a need. It's not a want. I don't just want to read books by people who are different from me. I don't just want to hear their stories. No, I need to become a more empathetic human being. School is where we are supposed to learn. Yes, it's important to learn about grammatic structure and how to write a persuasive essay. But really, the content is important too. The content needs to reflect the world we are living in, and that world is a diverse world. That world is intersectional. The people of this world are both diverse and intersectional. We need to understand each other to develop tolerance and empathy. I don't think that books or changing course curriculum is going to abolish racism. No, I think it is a good way to start kids on the lifelong journey that is allyship, because it is a lifelong journey. Racism is embedded within all of us because we are socially programmed, and it requires a lot of unlearning to become a better ally. So what am I saying here? What's my point? My point is that you need to make these classes more exciting for kids. And I don't mean by adding glitter. I mean by making them honors and AP classes. Because we all know that college resumes matter more than learning. It's no secret. It's sad, but it's no secret. If you want kids to take these classes, which you 100% should, you need to give them incentives to do so. Here's another point. If you are not going to make these courses honors or AP, if you are not going to weight them, then you need to incorporate more diverse books into the traditional trajectory. I want to read White Fragility by Robin DiAngelo and A.P. Lang. I don't want to read a bunch of the same demographic over and over and over again, because really, is that expanding my worldview or my knowledge or my evaluation skills?
Is it really?
As you get higher up in education, there is more diversity. But we need diversity at the most basic level. We need diversity at the starting point. Not every kid is going to take AP Lit, so not every kid will have the opportunity to be actively taught about the Black experience. Right? So we really need to start embedding diversity in our curriculum at the youngest age possible. In high school, this is 9th grade. We need more because our world needs to be better, and for change to occur on a mass scale, we have to start at the individual level. Thank you so much for watching today, guys. I hope you learned something. I hope that you are inspired to help call for more diverse books in schools. This is an important issue. I know I talk about it a lot, but I'm not going to stop because it matters. It matters so much, and I care so much, and you should too, because it impacts everyone on a day-to-day level. I will see you all on Thursday. Bye-bye.